All right, a second act in life is a transition from a career that no longer serves you into one that re-energizes you. As many of us approach our second half of life, we start to think about what our true purpose is and how we can garner grace, joy, and happiness. So we asked some stars here at Fox about their second and even third acts. Watch.
I was an assistant DA for 15 years. After that, I ran for judge, and I was the first woman county judge in my county. I was the DA in a county of about 1 million people, elected, reelected, and reelected again. Then I had a syndicated television show for which I got an Emmy.
I was asked by President Trump to come be the White House press secretary. How am I going to communicate with the American people?
I was at the White House, and I would have stayed there forever, but there is an end date.
Bodyguarding, and then, of course, wrestling in the WWE.
I was in the Air Force right out of high school, and then started working on Wall Street. Then I started my own business a little over 30 years ago, stock market research.
It's right to say that when you're older, you have wisdom, because now I look back and every closed door, God closed for a reason, because I was on a path that needed to end at the podium, and it wouldn't have if some of those other doors would have opened.
What I try to do is pass on my knowledge, but I'm also a learner. I'm a constant learner.
So now that I have the opportunity to mentor younger people, I also feel super energized.
You're on a hardworking ball of fire when you're young, and you get a lot of wisdom along the way when you look back at life.
Wisdom is power.
I think without a doubt that you're wiser, you have more wisdom, you don't jump off the handle as quickly.
Key to success and happiness in life, no doubt, is my faith. I believe in Jesus Christ, I'm a Christian, and I believe that God had a plan for my life.
I think the key to my happiness now started several years ago when I really dedicated myself to a gratitude practice.
I think the key to success and happiness in life is, number one, knowing what you want and having a passion for it. Every one of us who is older and has had several careers, in my case, before this one, I know I've seen this thing before, and I know not to assume anything.
Fascinating. My next guest knows quite a bit about finding true happiness. In fact, he wrote a book about it. Arthur Brooks is a social scientist, Harvard professor, and author of a brand new book, From Strength to Strength, Finding Success and Happiness and Deep Purpose in the Second Half of Your Life. Arthur Brooks, welcome.
Hey, Brian, how are you, my friend?
All right, so I only know you on the political side, deep thinker, but you had a first chapter which led to writing of this book. You're a musician, French horn player, and what did you notice about when you were playing the French horn?
I went into decline much earlier than I thought I was going to. I was in my 20s. I was at my peak, and I started to decline in my 20s. What was going on? It was like an athlete or something. And I started to have to look for something else. And that got me really interested in how people change in their careers. And over the next 20 years, I studied that. Now I teach happiness at the Harvard Business School. One of the key things I tell them is that you're going to change. Be ready to jump on the next curve.
As you say, strivers, you know, they reach success. When they get there, the happiness isn't necessarily waiting for them. Why?
Well, one of the big reasons is that your expectations for how you're going to feel are never right. People think that when they get what they want, when they finally meet their dreams, they'll be satisfied forever. But you can't be satisfied forever. Your mind, your brain, the world won't let you. You just run and run and run. That's kind of a treadmill, actually. You have to expect that that satisfaction will dissipate and you need to go on to the next thing. That's frustrating.
Right. So you point out some famous people. You look at Charles Darwin.
Yeah.
He peaked early, 20s and 30s. Felt like a loser. Yet he's considered maybe the world's foremost scientist. Bach, maybe the greatest musician, has a son that's a fantastic musician. Mozart learns from him. But Bach peaked and became a teacher. Right. So you talk about great people that realize some skills diminish, so you got to find another set.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And so one of the things that we heard from our friends at Fox just now is a lot of them talk about their wisdom as they get older. Look, this book that we're talking about is your 401k plan for happiness. And that 401k plan, that retirement plan for happiness, is not about retirement. It's about getting older and getting happier. And that means using your wisdom, your pattern recognition, your knowledge, your teaching ability more and more and more. Each one of us should become more like instructors as we get older. That is the key to getting happier as you get older.
Because what do we get better at when we get older? What do we get in addition to? That we lose some? Don't focus on that. What do we get?
Right. We get the ability to understand how things hang together. Early on, you work hard, you have indefatigable energy, you're able to focus in an unbelievable way. It's kind of your Mark Zuckerberg intelligence that you have early. You answer any question somebody poses to you. Later on, you know the right questions to answer. And that's an incredibly important thing. So you're the star litigator if you're a lawyer early on. Later, be the managing partner. You might be a startup entrepreneur earlier on. Later, do venture capital because you're going to be able to teach, you're going to be able to see patterns. We all should actually go to mentors and instructors as we age.
Right. Are you happy?
I'm getting happier. I'm telling you, Brian, I was the president of the American Enterprise Institute, which is a big CEO job. I left it when I was 55 and I became a professor at Harvard. And man, I'm in the zone because I'm an instructor now. I'm back to teaching, writing, and speaking, and I get to talk to you, and that makes me really happy too.
Well, that's good too, because it's always good to end on an upbeat. Congratulations on the book. It really gets you thinking, and I think it's going to benefit a lot of people. Arthur Brooks, thanks for joining me. Strength to strength.
Thank you, Brian.
Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Kilmeade. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to click to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page. This is the only way that I know for sure that you're not going to miss any great commentary, any great news bites, any great interviews coming your way on Fox. You can get it all here on YouTube. So subscribe right now.